Friends, guests, fellow Toastmasters, this is my basic speech, number 10. My journey as a Toastmaster has been long and difficult. And what I'm going to do today is to share that story with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. My story on being a Toastmaster. I was born in September of 2003. I was born as a Toastmaster in September of 2003. And like a lot of babies that take time to develop, it took me more than a year to deliver my first speech. And the reason? Fear. The very thing that Toastmasters wants us to overcome had paralyzed me. But with the encouragement and prodding of my fellow club members and other Toastmasters, I finally delivered my first speech in January of 2005. And once I got going, I ran like the wind. By September of 2005, I had delivered my 8th speech. And if I continued at the same pace, I could have become a competent Toastmaster by the end of the year. But I didn't. I stopped. Why? Not because of fear. Fear was no longer a factor. I had conquered my fear. The problem was, well, you see, I had all the skills, or most of the skills, of a good speaker already. And I was delivering pretty good speeches. Well, at least that's what my evaluators said. The problem was, I was delivering speeches only in front of other Toastmasters. I had never delivered a speech for anyone else. Now this bothered me. If my being in Toastmasters was just for Toastmasters, then what was the point of my being here? To tell you the truth, it bothered me enough that I considered quitting. But I didn't quit. Something in the back of my mind told me that I should wait. So I waited. 2005 ended, no speech. 2006 began, still no speech. And then, near the end of January 2006, I received an email from my boss, a fellow Toastmaster. He wrote, "Eric, I want you to go to Manila to attend the trainer's training seminar." Well, since I am a good subordinate, I went to Manila. And at the training, the facilitator asked the participants for their expectations, what they wanted to learn from the training. And I was surprised because nearly everyone in the room said these words: "I want to overcome my fear of speaking in front of people. I want to learn how to speak in front of people, to get their attention and keep them interested in the topic." And you know, when I heard these people saying those words, I said, "You should join Toastmasters. They'll help you overcome your fear. They'll help you become good speakers." Now, isn't that funny? I mean, there I was, a Toastmaster who was thinking about quitting, and yet I was telling these people to join. Now, as part of the training, each participant would come up to the front and then act like he was conducting a training. The others would sit, watch, and listen, and then give their comments and suggestions on how he can improve. So while I waited for my turn, I watched the others perform, and I'd tell them things like, "You know, you've got good volume, but you're speaking in a monotone. Try to give it a little more life." Or I'd say, "You're using your hands, but your feet are nailed to the floor. You've got space here, use it. And I'd say, look, I can see that you're nervous, but with practice, I think you're going to be a good trainer someday. Now, finally, it was my turn. Now, I have to ask you to forgive me at this time because I have to put my modesty aside for a moment because I just got to tell you. I wowed them. I received comments like, he speaks clearly. His gestures are very appropriate to what he's saying. He made efficient use of the space. And he gives me the impression he knows what he's talking about. And one guy even said, you've got a nice voice. Man, if I were a girl, I'd have a crush on you. Now, that kind of comment I could do without, but at that moment, things just came together for me. All of a sudden, I could see clearly what Toastmasters was doing. It's not just about making speeches, and certainly not just for Toastmasters. It was for anything and everyone. Take me. I'm a supervisor. I talk to my people. I give them instructions, clear ones, I hope. I encourage them, I give them feedback, and I try to inspire them. This realization convinced me that I should continue. Last February 22, I gave my 9th speech. Finally. Speech number 10. This speech I was supposed to deliver next Wednesday during the regular club meeting. But I thought, speech number 10 is about inspiring people. Now, if I'm going to inspire people, I'd want to inspire a lot of them. So, you're not a Toastmaster? Come and join us. You won't regret it. Are you a Toastmaster still in your basic speeches? Keep them coming. Listen to your evaluators and learn from your mentors. If you're a competent Toastmaster, an advanced or distinguished Toastmaster, it doesn't end there. Just as I showed those other participants at the training that a good speaker can be a good trainer. Will be a good trainer. You can also share and help others to become good trainers, good speakers, and good leaders as well. Madam Governor,